Welcome to our 8th episode of Drive to the Championship, presented by Mercedes-Benz. He's your top seed in the good guy draw, Todd Martin. I'm unranked and unseeded Kevin Skinner. Well, there was a shocker today, disbelief all across the grounds. Roger Federer, who had reached the quarterfinals at the U.S. Open 9 straight years. He was up against Tommy Robredo, who he had beaten 10 straight times. It all seemed on paper a surefire win, right? Wrong. Tommy Robredo came out with a wonderful game plan. Federer was a little subpar. It resulted in a 3-set upset for the Spaniard.
Well, it's an amazing result for Tommy Robredo. I've spoken to him every day this week before his matches and asked him, what's your strategy? And it hasn't changed. Wait for the other guy to beat me. And today, Federer couldn't do it. It's a shock because it's somebody that Federer has dominated so much through the years, but throughout the match, Roger continued to overhit balls off the forehand, off the backhand, even off the serve. There was absolutely no reliability in his game, which is such a change from the past. It's a sad day for the U.S. Open and a sad day for Roger Federer. I'm confident he'll be back, but he's got to be asking a lot of questions of himself right now.
Federer hadn't lost before the quarterfinals since 2003 against David Nalbandian in this very round, and for Tommy Robredo, so much history erased. First win in 11 tries, 7 times denied the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open. He's now into the last 8. So after the unbelievable upset for Tommy Robredo, now let's talk about the 2-seed Rafael Nadal, who's going to take over the #1 ranking. It seems almost inevitable, and he has been playing phenomenal tennis of late, particularly on this surface. Todd, he came into his match with Philip Kohlschreiber, riding an 18-match win streak on hard courts. After an early stumble, he turned things around and looked fine.
Well, it wasn't exactly a surprise that he extended that win streak to 19, but after that first set where Kohlschreiber really hung with him the whole way and then won a close tiebreaker, you had to wonder. But Nadal has done such a better job this year of closing into the court, playing a little tighter to the baseline, and dictating play on the hard courts, which is something that he's always struggled to do. Rafael Nadal gets better every year. I love watching this guy learn how to play the game better.
And he competes on every single point, and now he finds his way into the quarterfinals. It won't be Federer and Nadal, but an all-Spanish affair, as Nadal will next take on Tommy Robredo. Speaking of Spaniards, 4 amongst the final 16. How about David Ferrer? Once again, the Terrier. Always competitive, always fighting every point. He looked sharp today as well.
He did, and he was playing almost a carbon copy of himself in Janko Tipsarevic, but David Ferrer comes to do his business more consistently than any human being I have ever watched play the game. He is absolutely a pro's pro, and it just so happens that he really is good also. He struggled mightily this summer on the hard courts, but he's had to have regained all of his confidence, and it's a huge win against Janko Tipsarevic.
Now let's turn our attention towards the women's trial. Let's first talk about Daniela Hantuchova, who saved 4 match points in her 3rd round meeting, then moved to the round of 16 to face on American Allison Risk. And she finally found a way, after not having a strong summer on these hard courts, to get herself into the quarterfinals here at the U.S. Open.
Well, it was a great summer for Allison Risk, and a disappointing end to it because she had a good chance against Daniela Hantuchova. But what we're seeing is very interesting from Daniela Hantuchova because she plays a much different game than so many of the women out there. She plays very flat, old-fashioned strokes. As young as she was when she hit the scene, her game is aged, but she's having a nice renaissance here, and she's got a good chance to keep moving on.
We knew there would be an Italian in the quarterfinals once again. It was guaranteed, as Roberta Vinci, the 10-seed, took on Georgie. And Georgie got off to a fantastic start, winning 4 of the first 5 games, but then she fell apart. Vinci really showed her experience and her mettle.
Well, Georgie did such a good job at the beginning of the match and sustained that momentum that she built in her win against Wozniacki. But Roberta Vinci has got so much skill. His slice backhand, right? It doesn't look like the best shot in the world, but that slice backhand put Georgie in such an awkward position. And Georgie, and showing her age, didn't go to the forehand nearly enough. Continued to play to the backhand and got pinned low and short to the backhand, which hurt her.
And Georgie, who lost 11 of the last 13 games, played aggressively from the start, found the court, but couldn't find it at all as the match progressed. So Vinci is into the quarterfinals for the 2nd straight year at the U.S. Open. Last year, she was joined by Sarah Rani. This year, she's joined by a fellow Italian, Flavia Pennetta. Pennetta managed to get over against the hottest player on tour, arguably coming in, Simona Halep.
Well, also an amazing year from Halep, but Flavia Pennetta is the most underrated Italian woman there is. We've seen Schiavone win Grand Slams, Irani make it into the finals of the French Open, and now Georgie coming out of nowhere. But Flavia Pennetta has been there and done that and continues to play great tennis. She's not seeded. Vinci's on paper the favorite, but I look for Pennetta to be the one that comes through into the semifinals.
So 1/4 of the last 8 is Italian. One of them is going to make it into the semifinals. That's great news. Viva Italia for all of them. So that's going to do it for our Day 8 coverage from the 2013 U.S. Open. He's Todd Martin. I'm Kevin Skinner. Thanks for joining us on Drive to the Championships, presented by Mercedes-Benz.